Hi, you've reached my channel Cosmic Vibrations. I'm going to be doing a collective daily read for November 21st, which is for a Saturday. And I'm going to pick one central theme of the day card and then 5 explainer cards down below, and we'll see what comes out. This reading may or may not resonate for you. It's always fun to see though. And I'm going to be putting a timestamp down below in the description box so that you can skip straight to the reading instead of having to sit through this part. Along with the names of the decks if you're curious. Saturday, November 21st, 2020. What is the main message for the day for Saturday for the collective? If you hear noises in the background, it's my dog. Whoops. Here we go. Ooh. Ah, it keeps on coming out. Ooh, and look at that. Wow. Okay. All right. I'm going to pick a card to go with that before I start talking. And one more. Okay. So the main message for the day for Saturday, November 21st, 2020 is you are thirsty for a different kind of experience than what you've been experiencing. You've tried lots of different options. You've looked at all of your options. You've maybe dabbled here and dabbled there with trying to slake your desires for something that feels fulfilling in your life. On a certain level, you feel slightly unfulfilled. You feel thirsty for something that perhaps you can't seem to find, or you feel as though it's not available. If you look at it, normally this is the Seven of Cups, which is about sometimes it's about being confused or not even really knowing what it is that you want, or what you want you haven't experienced yet, and so you don't really know exactly what you're looking for. You just have a sense that something is missing. There's a feeling of that it's not good enough, or it's not satisfying enough. So it might be that some of you are feeling a wanderlust, where you're having to stay still in one place when really you would rather be out looking at what's available out there in the world, about growth and future possibilities. I'm getting a sense that you have felt trapped, or you felt stuck in one place or with one type of experience when you long for something different. You might have been spending time visualizing what it is that you would want or what you would like to find. Looking at choices. But really, you're ready to move on, or you're ready to experience something completely different. It might be that some of you just take a risk and a leap and decide to go in that direction, to go find something else. But there's a feeling of sadness with this. So let's see what the rest of it says. Then you have the Seven of Swords. It might be that you have been keeping this feeling to yourself instead of sharing this feeling with other people or with the world around you. You might have been keeping this feeling of being discontented to yourself and not speaking of it, so other people could possibly view you as being devious or not showing all of your cards. This can also be that you are not satisfied with a situation because you feel as though that situation has stolen from you, or stolen energy, time, love, money, life experience, stolen years from you even. Let's look into this and find out what this has to do with. Let me use this. I'm definitely getting a clear message in here about time being stolen from you, or energy being stolen from you, or the feeling of that. With the Hanged Man, something has been on hold for way too long, or something has been uncertain for way too long. You may have believed in the best in a certain situation, only to realize that you were perhaps deluding yourself a little bit, or you weren't seeing things clearly. But now it seems as though you are seeing things more clearly than you were before. And this has come about because you have stayed in one place, or you have stayed in one position for a really long time. Now it's very obvious to you that it's not fulfilling you, or that it's not making you happy at all. You're feeling very unhappy about the situation. You might have been overworked or overused. You may have felt as though whole parts of your life have been stolen from you because you devoted all of your energy into time into something that you thought was going to grow, but you realized you were putting more into it than necessary or than other people were. This can also be feeling trapped by a job, or feeling as though a job has been making you feel really unhappy and you're ready for something else. Or things have, again, been taking way, way, way too long. This is the Knight of Pentacles. Things have been delayed for so long that you're starting to realize you just can't do it anymore. So let's go to this, and this is the Hermit. Perhaps you've been on your own for too long, or you're the one who's been working hard by yourself this whole time. Or it could be that you were seeking answers before. The answers that you got may have not made you happy, but at least you have clarity now and you know what you do want. You are trusting your own inner wise self. Let me get more information on that. Others might also be going to you for guidance over something too. It's like you thought something was going to go somewhere, and then it just ended up not to be true. Queen of Swords, you're definitely seeing clearly now. You're definitely taking decisive action right now too, or making a major decision that will better your life. So through this whole situation of realizing that you were completely dissatisfied with the situation and that you feel as though you were being robbed of what you were meant to experience, or felt as though it arrested the development of your development, like things just halted. And now it's becoming very clear to you on how you actually feel, what's happening, and what you truly want. And also being honored for who you are instead of being made to be lesser than you are. You are seeing completely clearly, and not only that, you're willing to make major decisions in order to cut off the situation or to see things for what they are. But by eliminating something out of your life, whether it's an energy, a vibration, or an actual situation, or even a person, it looks as though your life is able to grow, or the money gets better, or your situation gets better. You feel freed up to be creative even, and to expand. Also a feeling of not being so alone anymore. Now you can really work with other people, or be supported by a group, or just to continue to grow. It feels as though the growth was stunted before, and now the minute something is eliminated, things immediately start to grow. So then you have imagine. What are you imagining? Let's see. This man is definitely imagining something. So what are you imagining? What are you visioning? Interesting. Okay, let me explain it like this. You are imagining something that would make you very happy, or feel fulfilled, or feel like you're doing something meaningful, or you're progressing instead of staying still and having your energy stolen from you by situations that are unfulfilling, or you just don't see those visions or imaginings around you, and so you're trying to settle for what's right in front of you or anything that might be around. But while you're imagining what you would truly want or what would make you happy, you're not quite there yet. That's why they're imaginings. They are not happening now. They may happen in the future. It's definitely helpful to have positive visualizations of what you would like so that you can invite the universe to help you create it. But for now, you're not quite there yet. And so you're in transition. You're in between the worlds right now. You're no longer where you were before, but you're not quite yet where you're going. And so it is saying, by all means, imagine, be a visionary, vision what you want, and don't limit yourself in what you're imagining. But at the same time, you want to stay in the here and now and stay grounded, balanced, ready to take the next step, whatever that might be. And that you can create a feeling of contentment where you are right now as well, instead of possibly eternally thinking of what might come in the future or what has gone on in the past. This is where you are now. And to appreciate every moment for what it is, or find something in it to appreciate. You're definitely brainstorming right now on what steps you could take to further things along or to create a completely different experience for yourself. This has been coming out almost on a daily basis, so I actually am going to read what it says in the little book if I can find it. Do I have that little book? Maybe it's in the box. Yeah. Maybe it'll go away if I read what the book says. 51. Yeah, it's more of what I've been intuiting. Desires, wishes, and longings. Look at this woman sitting on a swing shaped like the moon. She gazes longingly into the distance as if she would like to be somewhere else. Although her skirt is made out of feathers, she stays seated and does not fly away. This card speaks about strong desires. Sometimes we crave what we don't have. Instead of taking action, we remain passive and let our dreams fall unknown. Let the powerful magic of the moon reveal any unpredictable desires. Interesting. So let's see if I can get more on that. There's been a lot coming out recently about homes too and houses. and housing and moving and let's see if I get one more. Strong desires. All right. You have a long way home. There's a feeling you used to have that you would like to get back again, that made you feel at home. There could also be a place that you would like to get back to that you are far away from right now. There can even be a person that feels like home that is distant at this time, and you wish that you could go there and be with them. This can also be a feeling of almost homelessness, of that home is eternally outside of reach, or you can never really quite to find home. You're constantly looking for it, constantly feeling that feeling but not knowing how to reach it, longing for something that's distant, wanting to go on a journey to go back to that feeling of home or actual home. Maybe this is a spiritual thing where you long for home, but you never really quite feel like you find that home. Maybe it's a spiritual home in between lives that feels like home that you are not able to go to right now. Then you have home in the sky. And all of these seem transitory and suspension related. She's suspended on a swing. This home is suspended on a hot air balloon. These homes are suspended by balloons. Things are suspended with the home. You want to make your way back someplace to your desires, but you're not quite sure how, or it's going to be a long process in order to do so. But you definitely have a very strong desire to find this sense of home, to create a garden, to create beauty, to be settled, to be able to blossom, to be able to be fully yourself. This might be, what's the word? A spiritual crisis, where perhaps for all this time you've been looking for a physical representation of how this feeling is for you, but you're realizing that you don't have that feeling. You're not really quite sure why, and you would like to get it back, but it may not necessarily have to do with anything physical. It might just be a feeling that you're trying to get rid of, and then another feeling that you want to welcome in where you can start to feel that way again. Yeah, so let's move on. Then you have the extra joker. So trickster energy, magic, surprises, fate, things that you do not expect. So let's look at what that might be. Which one do I want to use? What is this extra joker? It looks like you need to be, your balloon needs to be popped in a good way by knocking you out of whatever between world, feeling like you have one foot in one world and one foot in a different world. Something needs to snap you out of it into action. Let's see. Oh dear. Let's pick one more. For some people, this might be a loss, but there's some kind of a trickster energy or surprise happening that almost feels inevitable, like there is really nothing you can really do about it. And it's a blessing in disguise, or it's a shock that ends up facilitating change, drastic change. First, you got the Coffin. Foretells acute illness or loss of property. So something is ending. Something is no longer going to sustain itself. Or this could very well be an illness or a loss of property. With that, you have come to the edge. So whatever is falling away, whatever is no longer working anymore, even though this feels very sudden, it pushes you to the edge where you realize that you have outgrown completely where you have been, and you need to take some kind of a leap of faith into the unknown, as scary as it sounds. That's reminding me of this. After some kind of a loss, it creates massive change that pushes you to the edge of fully comprehending and accepting the fact that you need to move on elsewhere and begin a new chapter instead of no longer being in the chapter that you were before. Through this process, you're going to feel orphaned. You're going to feel like you don't belong. You're going to feel like you have no idea what's happening and you're not sure if you even have support. But through all this, you receive a letter. The letter is a sign of good tidings. When near and when touching indicates unexpected good fortune. So it seems as though something comes. You will receive what you need. You will experience balance. Things are healing and recovering, and that will give you a much needed boost to begin the new journey that you've been thinking of. Possibly to find your way back home. So hopefully that made sense. I wish you all the best, and I shall see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.